What is good, my friends? It's your homie Twitty, and I'm back at it with another reaction. So, I'm going to be getting into some more BTS. We're going to be doing Map of the Soul Persona, the song intro Persona, which I believe is by RM, Namjook, or I'm sorry, I might be saying that wrong. But RM, Rap Monster. Uh, yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like a lot of people were suggesting, like intro persona, interlude shadow, and the last one is eluding me right now, but you guys know which one it probably is. But no, I think I might do these three and just check them out and see this Map of the Soul series because I really feel like I'm gonna like these albums. So yeah, I'm gonna jump right into it with the intro persona. I have the lyrics as closed caption, and I also have the dual set lyrics up. Let's get into it. See uh, what's gonna happen because I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited to see what's gonna come next. So let's go.
Yo. 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을
All right, this is like some like really like old school rap right here. I'm down for this, dude. Like, I love just lyricism, like just the raps man back in the day, and just the lyrical content like they used to spit, and just the real subject matter of just real life stuff. Because I mean, the first thing he says is, "Who am I?" A question that I've been asking myself my whole life. I can remember that like for myself. I used to write that all the time, like as cringy as it sounds. Like I used to have a journal, and I used to put like who am I, and I used to put like things underneath of like who I was, or like the aspirations of who I wanted to be. Because we all have dreams, or I hope that we all have dreams, because you need to aspire to something. You need to want to grow as a person. I'm sorry, I'm already getting on a rant, but let's go. I got excited. I like the guitar too.
Yo. 나는 누구인가 평생 물어본 질문 아마 평생 정답은 찾지 못할 그 질문 나는 놈을 고정 말 몇 개로 답할 수 있었다면 신께서 그 수많은 아름다움을 담아주신 나랬겠지 how you feel
Okay.
지금 기분이 어때 사실 난 너무 좋아 근데 조금 불편해 나는 내가 개지 돼지인지 뭔지도 아직 잘 모르겠는데 남들이 와서 진주 먹거리를 꺼내 예전보단 더 웃어 소환했던 슈퍼히로 이제 진짜 된 것 같아 근데 갈수록 뭐 말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해
Hey man, talk your shit, dude. Like for real. Like I'm enjoying that. Like this has been like this is just aggressive and in your face. Like I saw a comment underneath this video, and someone's like, I feel like he's aggressively telling me to be happy. And like, no, like I feel like he is. He's like aggressively like being positive. Like and that's such a cool thing. Like, 'cause he just comes in, he's like, who am I? Question that I've been asking myself my whole life, a question that I'll probably never be able to find the right answer for. So it's ever changing, it's ever flowing, and that's good. You don't want to be the same person that you were yesterday. You don't want to be stagnant and stuck, just floating aimlessly. Like, you need purpose. Like people need purpose. And, it seems like he's talking about his purpose. So God wouldn't have created all those many beauties. So no beauties equals different L's, different personas. Okay. So when created all the different sides of RM. So that's cool. And he said, "How you feel? How are you feeling right now?" And he said, "Actually, I'm really good, but it's a little uncomfortable." Because, like I said, I'm sorry. That was actually the last reaction. I said that in the last reaction. I was saying that you know, I'm a person that struggles with a lot of mental illness. I have substance abuse issues, you know, and I struggle with addiction, you know. So my mind is my own worst enemy sometimes, and it's my own worst enemy to a point that when everything's going good and everything's fine and I'm just content and happy, my mind will still turn around and go, it's like the meme, you know, the brain, and it's like things are going good and that's sitting there thinking for a minute it's like too good, and then it like hits the self-destruct button. Like that's my brain. My brain constantly works against me sometimes. Even when I'm happy, my brain will still try to bring up something from my past, or just you know, a fear of the future, you know, and take me out of the here and now, and trying to rob me of my happiness, you know. And but it's good that he's still, even though he's uncomfortable because maybe his mind works the same way my mind does, you know, he's actually acknowledging the fact that I'm really good. Because, like, no, even for myself, like, I'm really good right now. You know, life might not be perfect around me. There might be some, you know, struggles, financial, all that stuff that goes on with life. But I'm still really good right now. And I'm in a good place in my life. And, you know, um, I'm at a good position to keep growing and keep going in directions that I want to go. You know. So he said, I'm still not sure if I'm a dog, a pig, or whatever. Explained in Am I Wrong translation. Dog or pig is used in sarcastic manner since it is a term used to belittle the general public. So yeah, he's just talking like people talking like he's, you know, POS essentially, you know, but whatever, you know, still not sure if I'm that, but I know I'm good, you know. So, like, not letting the hate get to you, also a good thing. Don't let other people's opinions affect your life, man. Psh, don't worry about them. They got their own shit they're worrying about. Said, but then others come and put a pearl necklace on me. Casting pearls before swine, RM doesn't know what he is, and then others come and put a pearl necklace on him who could be a pig and treat him as someone pearl worthy, making him uncomfortable. So he's just saying, like, so, okay, so people come and, like, you know, he's a star. They come and they act like he's a star, and it makes him feel uncomfortable because he may not feel that way himself. Because, I mean, stars are normal people. These artists are normal people. You know, they're not any different from us. They just are very talented and very passionate about music. And then he said, at least I laugh more than before, which that's always good. And you know what? I went through a very dark period in my life where there wasn't a lot of laughter, and these days laughter is very uh very fluid in my life because, you know, that I enjoy my life today. So that's good. You know, he said a superhero that I wish to be, which I don't think that's what he said in the official lyrics. More than I did before, I dreamt of becoming a superhero, which, I mean, who can't relate to that, man? Like, I loved superheroes when I was a kid, and it was because, you know, they saved people, and, you know, they were just these strong, amazing people, you know, and that's what I aspired to want to be. And, you know, in a sense, with what I do reaction wise and stuff like that, like, I hope that I am helping people. I hope that, you know, people are finding enjoyment and entertainment from my reactions, you know. I really enjoy doing this. I really like talking about the lyrics and everything that I'm listening to, and just talking about the songs and just these artists and their lives and the things that they talk about and the things that they're willing to put out there, because these people inspire me. And he says, superhero that I would, you know, so he said, I dreamt of becoming a superhero and I became one. Now it feels like I really became one. But as it goes on, there's so much blabbering. So people, haters gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's life. You know, if you're doing some good stuff and no one's hating on you, you ain't doing the right shit. Like, you need to put yourself out there more, because if people ain't hating on you, you're doing something wrong. Because people hate on those that are successful. Remember that. Remember that. When those people are trying to get you down, they're trying to bring you down because they want you to be miserable with them. Don't let them do that. You know. So, what else did he say? One says run, another says stop, you know, and I mean, that could be your mind, because, like, you know, my mind's always telling me, oh, slow down, but at the same time, it's like, I need to go, I need to go, I need to go, because I need to, that's the drive to want to do better, is to, I need to keep moving, you know, and, this one says, look at the forest, this one says, look at the wildflower, and I mean, he might just be talking about people talking, you know, and trying to tell him what to do in his life, you know, because, like, that's what a lot of these artists deal with. That's what everybody deals with, that, right? There's people that are always trying to tell you that their way's better and you need to do it their way, right? When in reality, you need to do it your way and which way you're comfortable with, and the way that works best for you. There's no shame in that.
말들이 많어 누군 달리라고 누군 멈춰서라 해 얘는 숲을 보라고 걔는 들고 들보라 해내 그림자라는 망설이 이라시고 불렀네 갱극이 되고 나서 망설인 적이 없었네 무대 아래던 나는 조명 아래던 자꾸 나 따라하지 라기처럼 뜨겁게 자꾸 나 노려보네 야 이 지수에 시작한 거지 벌써 이제냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 샤면 나오는 거 알지 치기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가
I could enjoy the vintage Mario sounds going on in the background. So this one says, look at the forest. This one says, look at the wildflower. Wordplay. To say, to see where it comes from. However, that is now meaning purple. Above line, therefore, can be this one loves forests and that one loves wildflowers. You know, he said, my shadow, I named him Hesitation and called it so. He said, I wrote my shadow and called it Hesitation. So is that another song by him? Because if that is another song, I would definitely like to check that out. Said, my shadow, I wrote and called it Hesitation. It has never hesitated after becoming that. It keeps appearing under the stage or the light. Okay, so his shadow is, you know, in his music, you know, and he shows his shadow through his music. That's really cool, you know. I mean, because it's these people take, and like from what I've seen with BTS, you know, and everything, that they got really vulnerable on that Black Swan track. So like, no, like they take all aspects of themselves, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they put it into their music and make it something beautiful, you know. And that's really good and really amazing that you could do that, and that's such a positive way to channel those fears and anxieties. I really wish I could do more stuff like that personally. 지수에 시작한 거지 벌써 이제냐 넌 그냥 들어주는 네가 있단 게 막 좋았던 거야 가끔은 그냥 싹 다 헛소리 같아 샤면 나오는 거 알지 치기 같아 나 따위가 무슨 뮤직 나 따위가 무슨 truth 나 따위가 무슨 소명 나 따위가 무슨 뮤즈 내가 아는 나의 그 뭐점 그게 사실 내 전부 세상은 사실 아무 관심 없어 나의 서투 이제 실리지도 않은 후회들과 매일 밤 싱그럽게 뒤굴고 돌릴 길 없는 시간들이 습관처럼 비틀어도 그때마다 날 또 이렇게 세운 것 최초의 질문 내일은 펑샤 그 가장 앞에 wild but so I'm asking once again yeah who the hell am I tell me all your names baby do you wanna die or do you wanna go you do you wanna fly what's it show what's it drink do you see it live wow okay so he said, whether it's under the stage or under the light, he keeps appearing and stares at me fiercely like heat haze. Oh shit. Says shadow here is the shadow in Hungarian psychology. The above 4 lines reminded me of this interview at the beginning of 2018. He calls his anxiety his shadows. It grew as his height grew, and it grows at night. He acknowledges and accepts that the shadow will follow him wherever he goes and whatever he does, and therefore tries to become friends with his shadow rather than separating himself from it. You know, that's really cool. You know, because no, like I struggle with anxiety too, and like no, this stuff doesn't go anywhere. Like my anxiety comes with me everywhere that I go, you know, and my anxiety can strike at the weirdest times and it can strike at the worst of times, and you know, the only way that I've been able to live with my anxiety is to just acknowledge it know what it is and almost befriend it like they're talking about here, you know. He said, "Hey, have you already forgotten why you started this? You were just loving that there's someone listening to you." And which he said, like, listening to this, which, I mean, I can totally understand that even in my own life, like with the reaction channel and stuff. Like, I'm just glad that there's people watching me, you know. I don't care how big I get. It's really crazy to see where this is going, you know, especially with a band like this and just all the other bands that I react to. It's been crazy to see, you know, the interaction and you know, learn about these amazing artists. They said sometimes everything feels like total nonsense. You know what comes out when you're drunk? It's like acting silly, which he said immaturity in the actual lyrics that were from Big Hit. So you say like you know what comes out of you when you're drunk. So like everything feels like total nonsense. It's like when you're drunk, like you know you're immature and you act silly. You know, like this is saying it's like acting silly. Um, and I mean, I'd even be talking about getting drunk off of his fame and how he acted immature, and just looking at it from a standpoint as to like where he is now and how he's grown from that. You know, that child that got this got his dreams, you know, and probably acted a fool at first, but wised up, and now he's a man. And then he said someone like me isn't good enough for doing music. Someone like me isn't good enough for delivering the truth. Is that what he actually said in the song? Someone like me ain't good enough for the truth. So, you know, he's saying, and that's probably his anxiety talking to him, telling he's not good enough for music, telling him he isn't good enough for delivering, you know, the truth, isn't good enough for calling, isn't good enough for to be a muse. You know, he says, my flaws that I know, maybe those are all I've really got. The world is actually not interested at all in my clumsiness, you know, and our flaws are what make us unique and interesting people, you know. So like, there's nothing to be ashamed of, and I think that's what he's even kind of going to be getting into. You know, he said, "When I tossed and tumbled every night with the regrets that I don't even get sick of anymore." So he's saying, yeah, he's saying he moved on from because like, no, I can remember. You know, there were times that I couldn't sleep because I just used to think about all the bad shit and just the stuff that I did, and you know, just you know, the shame and the guilt and the anxiety, you know, used to eat at me, and it used to um really affect me, you know, and it used to make me sick. And like I don't even have all those problems anymore. Like I've came with to peace with a lot of that stuff. I mean, yeah, it pops up every now and again. It's going to. And I mean, I think that's even what he's hinting at in this song, you know, is that even through his anxieties and everything, like he's still good. He's still doing what he loves. But he said, so he said, and twisted the irreversible time like a habit. It was the first question that raised me to stand up every time, but the word that should come before the three syllables of my name. Is that what he said? The three syllables of my name and the word but that should come before the three syllables of my name and the word but that should come before any of those. I don't know if I don't know exactly what. So this says, my interpretation of this line is that this really is about the fundamental question, the question he's been asking himself for his entire life, and is still trying to figure out the answer, if there is one for. The question pops up every time he agonizes and regrets, and the question that really penetrates through the entire song, but who am I? But who is Kim Nam June? So, and I mean, maybe that's what he's talking about, but who am I, And that's the questions that's one of the questions that I ask myself. I can't speak for you guys, and I'm not going to speak for you guys. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude like that. Um, myself is I always ask myself that question. Who am I? Um, I also ask myself like, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? You know, and also just look at myself like because I feel like asking yourself who am I is like a good way at gauging yourself as to where you are and how you've grown into the person that you are today. And then asking myself the second question personally of just um you know but where am I going, is like where do I want to be, what am I aspiring towards, and that's a good question to ask yourself. Are you aspiring towards good things? Or are you aspiring towards bad things? You know, are you aspiring towards growth and success, or are you aspiring towards destruction and chaos? Like you have to really look at the decisions that you're making in your life, and take off the lenses that fog your perception on these things. What a very interesting song, to talk about just how you take all the flaws, all the things that work against you, and, put them into your music and make them work for you. That's a very positive message for a song.
Tell me all your names, baby. Do you wanna die? Or do you wanna go? Do you wanna fly? What's it show? What's it drink? Do you think you lie?
I actually really like that part too. So he said, I'm asking once again, who the hell am I? Tell me all your names, baby. Do you want to die? Or do you want to go? Do you want to fly? Where's your soul? Where's your dream? Do you think you're alive? And he's provoking you, the listener, to think about your life, think about where you're going, and, maybe reorganize your goals and values. Or just maybe even it's a general call to just understanding yourself. It's a very, very cool song. It's very aggressive. The lyrical content of it is very reminiscent of old, like, 80s, 90s rap. Like, and that's what the beat of this song even sounds like. I wonder who produced this. Drop that below.
Oh, shit. I don't know, man. But I know one thing. Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 잃지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도
Hold on, I have to go back a little bit. Like I have to hear that again. Like that is just dope, dude. Oh wow.
Oh shit. I don't know, man. But I know one thing. Yeah, my name is 내가 기억하고 사람들이 아는 날 토로하기 위해 내가 스스로 만들어낸 나의 날 속여왔을지도 뻥쳐왔을지도 부끄럽지 않아 이게 내 영혼의 지도 You're myself 넌 절대로 너의 혼돈을 잃지 마 따뜻히도 차갑게도 될 필요 없으니까 가끔은 위선적이어도 위약적이어도 이 내가 걸어두고 싶은 내 방향의 척도 내가 되고 싶은 나 사람들이 원하는 나 네가 사랑하는 나 또 내가 빚어내는 나 웃고 있는 나 가끔은 울고 있는 나 지금도 매분 매순 가사나 숨쉬는 persona Who the hell am I? I just wanna go I just wanna fly I just wanna give you all the voices till I die I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry Persona
Dude, this made me so happy, like, because it's just such a great, positive song. He said, the me who I remember and who people know, the me who I created by myself to speak my mind, and which he said to vent out in the actual translation. He's like, this is me. This is the me that I created. This is the me that I, put in front of all you to express myself. He said, yeah, I might have been deceiving myself. I might have been lying, but I'm not ashamed of it. This is the map of my soul. So like in all these things, the good, the bad, the ugly, I am me and I'm happy with me. And that's a great message and a great way to feel about yourself. I wish I could feel like that every day. I know that it's impossible to want to feel like that every day. You know, some days I don't love myself, you know, and I struggle. But I always try to remind myself that you know, it's okay. And just like to just show myself patience, show myself love, because I would do that for anybody else that was in the situation that I was in, you know. So why can't I do those things to myself? So be good to yourself. Be as nice to yourself as you would to another person. And even in the situation that you're going through, like, you know, put yourself in someone else's shoes sometimes. You know, said, dear myself, you must never lose your temperature because you don't need to be warm or cold. Though I might sometimes pretend I'm good and sometimes pretend I'm evil. Said, notice how he acknowledges the possibility between warm and cold and between good and evil, which is a repeating concept of the love of yourself era. But you know what? Like, good and evil, that's what we are as people. People are good and people are evil. People, you know, do very great things and people do very bad things sometimes, you know. Um that's just us as people, us as humans, and that's what, you know, all these flaws, all these characteristics, they make us who we are, you know. I've said it a million times in these reactions that life would be really boring if like we weren't all unique and we all didn't have our own experiences and our own personalities and our own lives and just our own individuality. It would be very boring. Life would be terribly boring. So be yourself. For real. The world needs a person like you. You know, you're designed specifically for this world or your world or wherever it is that you are, you know. You're beautiful and you should unapologetically be you. Always. I'm telling you. If someone hasn't told you that, be unapologetically you. As long as you're not hurting nobody, what does it fucking matter? Well, let's go back here real quick. Direction on the key. So he said, this is the me that I want myself. Said, the me who I want to be. The me who people want. Which, you know, because I'm being who I want to be, people love this. People love to see me doing this. You know, even though there's haters and there's always going to be haters and people talking shit about you, there's always going to be a bunch of people cheering you on, wanting the best for you. You know, um, just be yourself. That's what I try to tell myself. That's what I try to do in these reactions. Is I try to be myself, and yeah, just not be fake, man. Like, just trying to have fun and check out some new music, open my perception on different kinds of music, and just different experiences, man. All life is experiences. But he says, the me who you love and the me who I craft, the me who is smiling, the me who cries sometimes, living and breathing every second, every moment, even now. And then he says, persona. And he says, note he enunciates na of persona, which is a pronunciation of me that made the end rhyme of the two previous verses. Oh, okay. So it's like me. So he's saying it like nah, me. Okay. Yo, this video though, like I'm just gonna comment on this too, by the way. Like I love this whole like graffiti with the school theme, you know. And then like I love like all this like these crazy graphics of like all these like clones and like the bigger him and stuff like that. Like it's crazy. I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry. Persona, who the hell am I? I just wanna go. I just wanna fly. I just wanna give you all the voices till I die. I just wanna give you all the shoulders when you cry. I was gonna try to start playing Juice. But dude, That was amazing. You know, he said, I just want to live. I just want to fly. I just want to give you all the shoulders to cry, you know, and I just want to be a person. I just want to be the best person that I can be. I just want to make the best impact that I can make. And I completely agree with RM on this. And I cannot wait to get into the next song. Drop more down below. Tell me some tidbits about this song that I may have missed below. You guys have been rocking the comment section. I've been really trying to keep up with you guys. It's been getting crazy. And yeah, thanks for just being here and thanks for watching. And if you've been watching, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, and yeah, just tell me how your day's going. Because I hope you guys are all having a kick-ass day, a kick-ass week, and a kick-ass life. Be easy, my friends. Later.